Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about batched writes. So batched writes, it's a utility that is provided through Firebase when wanting to upload or rather post a lot of data onto your Firebase Firestore. So what I'm going to show you in this video is how to use this feature for anyone who wants to upload loads of data onto their Firebase Firestore without having to manually type them into their Firestore. So let's get into it. So what we first need is I've created here a function in my Firebase Utils.js. I'm using React. I'm doing a React Native application here. So this is going to work in your React Native, and I'm going to show you what you need to change to make this work again in your React.js application. So basically, I'm going to create a function which is going to take the collection key. The collection key. So in your Firestore has collections and documents. So collections are the entire container for your collection documents. So you see when you get to see this properly when the data has been uploaded. So this function is going to take a collection key and it's going to take the data that we want to add to our Firestore. So what we first need is we need to create our collection ref. This is all taken from the Firebase documentation. So please read through if you need anything. Then we're going to call the batch, which is part of the Firestore functions. Now this is where the whole magic happens with the batch. Okay, so first thing first, let's do this. Let's make a try catch block because this is an async function. So we do that. So what we want to do now is we want to loop through all the objects that we want to add because we want to create individual documents of all the objects that we want to add. So here I have an array of objects. So we want to loop through each of these objects so that this object by itself it's going to have its own unique ID. So we are going to use a for loop because if we use a map, it's going to create again a new array for us, but we don't want to be creating a new array. We just want to use the for each, which does not create a new array. So I'm gonna go add objects to add dot for each. And we're gonna get an object. So then we want to create a document. So we want to say for each object, let's create a new document within the collection, whatever name that you give your collection. So in this instance, it's going to be, we're going to get the doc ref, which is equal to the collection ref, dot docs. So this is what creates the doc within the collection that we code here. So whatever name that you give to this collection, so let's say I'm going to give this name categories. So for each object, it's going to create a brand new collection ref, a collection doc for this collection ref. So we're then going to say batch dot set, and then we pass in the doc ref and the data, which is the object. Okay. We then also want to do a return await batch dot commit. Okay. So then wanna console dot log this error. So this should do everything for us, but then we also need to then call this function within any component did mount or any use effects hook that replicates the component did mount in class functions. So what we're going to do here in my nominate screen, so you are not able to see my device at the moment because I'm using a physical device. But let me show you something first. Let me show you that my cloud Firestore is empty. Let me load it for you there. It is very empty. So I'm then going to call my add function, add collection and documents, which I've already imported from my Firebase utils here. So I'm going to call that, and then I'm going to pass in the name, which is categories, and then provide my data from my of the categories from my data.js, which I've also imported from my data file, which I'm going to pass in there as categories. So then now I'm going to save this, and this will run once. So the good thing about the batch is that if it fails to send all your data to your Firestore, it will not send half or a little bit. If it fails, it fails. If it sends everything at once. That's the good thing about using batch writes. So I'm going to save this, and I'm going to make sure that my application is refreshing here. So I'm getting an error of oh wait, I'm using a sync. So one error, guys, that I had done here was that I had put this return await batch.commit within my for each, which should be outside. So my application is loading right now. Let's wait for it to load. So now that should have worked. Let's check our Firestore. As you can see, we have all our data in this Firestore. So thank you, guys. Please subscribe for more content. I'm bringing more content very soon, so please subscribe.